7th day in the month of March 2026. Warm welcome to Matters Arising. We are exactly 6 months away from the 13th of August's general elections for the much anticipated pause. Many political parties are preparing for the much anticipated elections coming up on the 13th of August. A number of them have been having their conventions and choosing their flag bearers for the general elections. For the National Congress Party, they seem to be doing the exact opposite. Instead of working together for one common goal, they are working against each other. This week, the NCP vice president held a press briefing in which they announced the expulsion of their party president, Peter Chanda, a decision he has since rubbished. Well, tonight, I host the NCP vice president, Daniel Nyati. I'm your host as always. My name is Paul Shingongo. Mr. Nyati, glad to have you on Prime TV and specifically on Matters Arising.
It's a pleasure. Good evening, Paul, and good evening, countrymen and women.
Awesome. Remember that this is an interactive program. I'd like to hear from you. We're coming to you live on our various platforms on Topstar, GoTV, DSTV, Zuku, and StarTimes. But as per custom, also streaming this live on our Facebook page. That's Prime Television Zambia. Go there, drop in your comments, questions, and contributions. We'll be glad to hear from you. There is also a number on your screen that you can use to also call us and join in the conversation. As always, your input is valued. Mr. Nyati, quite a lot of things have happened past few days in your party, but let's begin on a bit of a light note. How long have you been a member of NCP?
I first joined NCP, that was in 2017, until about 2021. After the general elections, I had left the party, and I was recalled by the party itself. I was called to come and serve the party once more. That was in 2024. Particularly, I think it was in November. Indeed.
To serve as what?
As vice president. What necessitated the calling was that at that time, the New Congress Party had gotten into an alliance with the other political parties in an alliance called the Tonse Alliance. And the Tonse Alliance had picked New Congress Party as a special purpose vehicle. And when New Congress Party was picked as a special purpose vehicle, going by the regulations that were indicated by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, is that only the president and the secretary general were supposed to sign the adoption certificates. At that particular point, the only person who was still appearing with the Register of Societies as the Secretary General was myself, because amendments were not done. So there was
as a Secretary General.
I was still appearing there as Secretary General, because when I left, I was Secretary General.
Before you left, you were Secretary
Yes,
General.
I was Secretary General.
Then you left.
Yes.
Then when you came
And
back,
then when they reached a deadlock that they needed the Secretary General who's
had to
appearing
call you
there,
back.
they had to come and negotiate with me to come back. And that's how I came back to serve the party.
Why did you leave in the first place?
The environment was quite hostile for me. I didn't appreciate the environment, so I had just had to leave.
Okay.
Yes. It was I left at my own volition. No one chased me.
Okay.
Because
as
I read,
SG. The time you're leaving, you're leaving as SG.
As SG, yes.
Okay.
So even when coming back, I told them, look, I cannot come back as SG, because obviously there is a substantive SG. So I was given the position of vice president. But for administrative purposes, I still had to act as SG when it comes to issues to do with the adoptions.
There was already a substantive SG.
Yes, but on record.
So how are you acting when there was already a substantive?
There was a substantive SG. I came in as vice president. When it comes to issue of adoption certificate, I was required to sign. Though the process was already there to amend to have that SG be reflecting on the Register of Societies.
So for administrative purposes.
It was only for administrative purposes.
So the time you came back and you were put as vice
My
president,
substantive position was the vice president.
and you had a letter to that effect.
Yes, I did. I had the letter. I demanded for it, and it was given to me.
And you have it.
I just didn't come with the hard copy, but
Okay.
it is there.
Okay.
It was that letter is actually dated the 26th of November 2024.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's a recent appointment, 2024. So
2024, this is 2026.
A year plus, yes.
Yes.
A year plus. Great. That's very interesting. So the time the NCP was participating in elections under Tonse, you were there as vice president.
I was there as vice president.
Okay. When you were serving as vice president of the party, I'd like the viewers to understand this background before we get into the substantive matter of the press briefing you had,
Yeah.
where you announced the expulsion based on the decision of your central committee where you sat,
Yes.
the expulsion of your party president. But before that, I'd just like to get a bit of understanding for the sake of my viewers out there. So the time you were called back as vice president, now in that position, and your participation in the elections under Tonse, that was agreed as a central committee for your party to be used as a special purpose vehicle, or it was a decision made by the party president alone?
I was not there when that decision was being made. Remember that the time I was appointed, my letter is dated 26th. They were already in that alliance. So I was not there. I cannot confirm whether it was a central committee decision, but when they came to me that I should come back, it was the president and the national chair. So my assumption, these people represented the party. Indeed.
Awesome. Let's get to the main issue. You heard a press briefing, and in the interest of time, I'd have loved to air part of what you said, but you indicated that the Central Committee met and resolved to expel your party president, Pastor Peter Chanda, and you highlighted the reasons. Run us through that decision, first of all.
Well, there's been a number of incidents that took place in the party, and of which the party general membership was not satisfied. But the one which led to us coming up to that decision, I think it was the then president had a press briefing on the 29th of January, where he announced that the National Executive Committee of the party had unanimously picked Honorable Makebi Zulu as the presidential candidate for the 2026 general elections. I was just called because I was not even at that press briefing. Somebody called me and said, the president is having a press briefing and these are the contents. Are you aware? I was taken aback because I was not aware. There was no central committee meeting where we sat to ratify that decision. The president, of course, going by the constitution, he is mandated to make an appointment of anyone. In the event that is not able to stand, he can appoint anyone to stand in that position. However, the same constitution goes further to say that the National Executive Committee is empowered or has the duty to ratify or to endorse any appointment that the president makes. This particular appointment, I do not recall any single time that we ever sat to look at it. I decided to drive first to the office, where I found that the press briefing was done already. I called the president, and the president, he did not give me a satisfactory response. So at that particular point in time, I decided to call Honorable Makebi Zulu himself. I asked him as to whether he had a meeting with the president before that announcement was made. He was in a place where he could not respond to me. He told me he was at Mwembeshi prison, where he was visiting our colleagues who are in prison. And that he would be coming to town probably around 16, 17. So I expected that obviously he was going to call me. But I can confirm that to date he has not called me. The only feedback I got from that was later on when the then president asked me as to why I called
The then
Makebi.
president, this is talking about Peter Chanda.
Yes. Who asked me as to why I had called Makebi. Then I assumed probably Makebi did not come back to me. Maybe he felt that the president is able to prevail over this matter. Of course, I excused him for that. And unfortunately, this matter, like I said, Makebi never came back to me. The unsatisfactory response I got from Pastor Peter Chanda, of course, it could not hold any water. So what I did was I asked the national chair in his capacity to summon a national executive committee meeting where we would, because all other members were asking me, where we would have the president to at least give us an explanation for us to be able to appreciate that position. Unfortunately, what we got that day was that the president, when he was asked by the SG to say that people are demanding for an NEC meeting, the president rubbished the meeting and actually called me around 22 hours, blasting me for suggesting to have that NEC meeting. He called the national chairman and blasted him for suggesting to have that national executive committee meeting. So now, it became difficult. However, we decided to proceed to say, even if the president does not want to come, we will have the meeting. We'll go ahead. So I think that was on the 1st, we sat, and because there were issues, this was a serious issue. The president had abrogated the constitution of the party. So in that meeting, we resolved that because there are, like I said, it's a cascade of events. Things have been building up. So we felt that we cannot continue on this path.
Things have been building up. You are talking about one issue about announcing a presidential candidate. Are there other things before that?
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
He went on and announced that the party has withdrawn from the alliance. Everyone was taken aback because no one knew about that decision except himself.
So even that decision, you are not consulted?
We were not consulted.
Not even as vice president?
Nothing, not even as vice president. I personally tried to sit him down. But the man was just adamant, whatever was motivating him. We don't know. And everyone, it's like he just threw the party into disarray. So it was very difficult to get to appreciate his position.
He gave reasons, though, why he withdrew from Tonse, why NCP withdrew from
Whatever
Tonse.
reasons he gave, they were not satisfactory. Those reasons he gave, he was talking about issues like, no, Mr. Given been the ones to grab the party. Those key things came after he had already made the decision. By the way, he held a press briefing at Tekla Lodges there, where in the morning I woke up only to find that there was an article which was leaked by one of the online media houses. And I was shocked what this is about. I started to call him. Mr. President, where are you? And then he told me, I'm going somewhere, but in the meantime, we'll be having a press briefing at 10 hours. Rush to take our lodges. So I quickly, because I had read that from the social media, quickly jumped onto my car, rushed to take our lodges, only to find that there was that same article which was leaked. It was already on the tables and journalists were already reading it. So I got it and read what it was. This is the same article which has been leaked, which is already in public domain, before the president could arrive. When he arrived, we sat him down.
What was the article saying?
The article was, of course, he was saying that he's pulling out of the alliance, a position we never discussed. So we decided, me and the Treasurer General, Mr. Brian Kunda, we got him by the side. What is it that you're doing? And then he said, because me, I'm not used to have things written. It's better I say from my off cuff. Because when I have things written, that's how they leak. But come on, this position we never discussed. That is how now he went and started saying, no, we have decided to take a back seat. Meantime, he intended to announce a withdrawal. So we told him, take a back seat so that we do what? We try to understand your position later on. Maybe we can revert back. That's how he decided to announce that we take a back seat. Thereafter, what did we get next? That no, the party has completely withdrawn. A position we never agreed. All along, we had been fighting to get to artists appreciate what his standing was. But the man was just adamant, whatever the motivation, we don't know. So this, in a nutshell, he has been making decisions unilaterally, has been making arbitrary decisions against the interests of the party.
Well, when you talk about the interests of the party, that may be argued because your constitution here mandates him to choose, for example, and I'm reading Article 1(8) here, appoint a candidate to be sponsored by the party. That's the duties of the president.
Yes.
as presidential candidate,
Yes.
if not ready to stand in a national election,
Yes.
he may even create the office of a prime minister or minister of that portfolio. He has the duty as a president to appoint a candidate. There is nowhere in your constitution, I've checked through, that indicates that that duty must be vetted by the committee.
Let me have the constitution.
Yeah.
I'm the one who was drafting this thing, so I know what I'm talking about. It's on the duties of the neck.
Because you argue that the duties of the neck, one of your duties is to vet or to ratify.
It is here. I want to show you the exact article.
You don't know the number? Which article? Or
It must be Article 4 something.
I was checking through. I couldn't find that.
No, it's there.
Yeah.
In the press statement, I referred to it, and
Yeah.
I actually pointed the very article.
I was checking through it. I couldn't see it. On the duties of the neck. Because then you'll be misleading the nation if you don't quote that article from
It was quoted
from
in the
your
press
documents.
briefing. This is what I'm saying.
The Constitution is here. You'll be misleading the nation, misleading yourself, if that can be quoted.
Four.
That is one of the things that should be very easy for you to find. You quoted it quite well in your presser.
Did you have the...
No.
You
You are the one that quoted it.
You should have asked me to come with that statement.
No, it's not a statement. The document you are referring to is in your hands. Not a statement. The statement, you are quoting the Constitution, and that's the Constitution in your hands.
Okay. So Article 4.2. This is sub-Article 4.2. The National Executive Committee, NEC, shall be A, responsible for policy formulation, direction, and execution. B, undertake mobilization income generation initiatives. C, interpret the objectives of the NCP. D, determine conditions of service for staff and make decisions relating to staff establishment. E, approve party expenses of capital nature. F, attend all party conventions. G, function as the highest body of the NCP in terms of party conflict mediation and arbitration, serving as both the judge and jury to all members of the party. H, work to equate political, social, and economic opportunity for its membership. And then we have A here. Which says to endorse appointments and recommendations made by the president, including remuneration and the relegation of members perceived to favor or oppose the party. There you are.
That's A.
Yes.
To endorse powers of the NEC, to endorse appointments and recommendations made by the president, including remuneration and relegation of members perceived to favor or oppose the party. This is talking about the staff within your political party, right? And those appointments made by the president within your political party.
Yes.
Right?
Whatever appointment the president makes, it must be endorsed by the National Executive Committee.
And this, you claim, was not done.
It was not done.
One of the things that Pastor Peter Chand has indicated is that prior to this, you were actually removed from your office as vice president. He was calling you to get your letter and you've been running away.
Calling me?
Yes.
Where's that letter?
Oh, that's him saying.
Where's the letter? If I've been running
that
away.
You've been running away from getting the letter at the office.
What does the letter say?
That you are removed from the office of the vice president.
What does that constitution say? It is the NEC who is supposed, when the president even removes somebody, the NEC must also endorse. The NEC must approve that action. So which NEC ever sat to approve that action? If at all there was that action even.
Which NEC met to
approve the dismissal.
Which NEC met to approve the removal of
exactly. Which
Peter
NEC?
Chanda,
When?
Pastor Peter Chanda. Which NEC met to remove the removal
The
of Pastor
NCP
Peter
NEC.
Chanda?
The one we called him to come, the one he rubbished. He was called. He rubbished. He called me myself. And he shouted at me, I'm like I'm a boy at his place. He called the national chair, shouted at him like he's a young boy at his house. So if he claims that he was calling me and I was dodging, let him produce the letter. And when I was fired, let him produce it.
Is it that you are against the appointment of the announcement of Makebi as a flag bearer? Is it the issue, or the issue is that you were not?
The issue is procedural. We have nothing against Honorable Makebi Zulu. The issue is the procedure. The breaching of the constitution is not in the candidate picked. The breaching of the constitution is in the procedure. The procedure was not followed. The constitution mandates the NEC to approve or to endorse.
That warrants his removal as president.
Exactly. Breaching the constitution. If it is at national level.
Have you written to him? Did you write to him? Before the announcement, before meeting to remove him from, did you write to him?
We called him. We called him.
To attend the meeting.
And we told him the agenda.
So the first...
We called him. We told him the agenda for the meeting. And we told him that we need to have a meeting on such and such a time. And he rubbished it. He didn't want to come. What were you supposed to do? He was invited. It's like you have been called for a disciplinary hearing. You don't want to attend. What next do you expect management to do? They'll fire you. You are not there. You have been given an opportunity to explain yourself. But you don't want to come. So what do you expect management to do? Should they be waiting for you until the time that you feel like, okay, I have to go
He's
there?
the president. Maybe we should have rescheduled to another date.
I'm telling that this is not the first time. And
it's not the first time.
No, what I'm telling you, it's not the first time he's breaching the party rules. I just gave an example how he also breached the party rules when he decided to pull out of Tonse. This time around, he breached the party rules when he decided to do what? When he decided to appoint Makebi without the NEC's involvement. And so we called him. And it's not as if he was busy. He just said, you cannot summon me for a NEC meeting. I have all the powers to appoint. Without you, I don't need the NEC to make an appointment. He relied on that article which you said, which of course we agree, he's empowered. But then, before it is communicated, NEC must sit to endorse it.
When you appointed as vice president, NEC met to endorse?
I was not there.
Well, you should have also paid attention to.
But one thing I can confirm with you is that when we went to the register of societies, the same NEC that sat endorsed. We wrote to register of societies and endorsed. The NEC endorsed my appointment. That was recent though, but like I said, the endorsement, as we speak right now, the endorsement is there. Because the very NEC endorsed my appointment as the vice president.
And when one of the things you also indicated during your presser is that names of office bearers are being changed at the register of societies.
Not are being changed.
They've been changed.
Look, the only thing we did was to remove him. And him and the SG, the two of them.
So the time you're announcing, those actions had already been taken?
Look, we sat, like I told you, on the 1st
of
February. All along, we had been doing administrative work back and forth with register of societies.
Before sitting on the 1st of February?
After we sat.
So you sat on the 1st of February.
And we made the decision.
And you made a decision to expel him.
To expel him.
And the SG.
And the SG. And we decided to do administrative work in that we needed to write to the register of societies, which we did. There was an issue of back and forth. We had to receipt on the 9th.
Of February.
We had to receipt because of the guidance from the register of societies.
What was the guidance?
Of course, there were so many issues that we did not satisfy in the first meeting.
Like what?
I had chaired the meeting in the first place because the constitution says in the event that the president is not available, the vice president can chair the meeting. I chaired the meeting as vice president. And those minutes were submitted to the Register of Societies. When we went to the Register of Societies, I found like he was claiming he had actually removed my name from the members from the register at the Register of Societies. So according to them, I was not appearing there. And a meeting can only be chaired by a person who's appearing on the register. So we had to receipt to comply with that provision. You get it? Now this time around when we researched, it was chaired by a different person, the national chair.
Whose name
is appearing there now. Just to comply with that provision. And on the
but that is not what your constitution says in terms of who chairs the meeting. It's not the Register of Societies that guides who chairs meetings.
No. There are requirements there.
No, yeah, but also
this is the act. The act.
Yes. You are indicating that your constitution says that in the event that the president is not there, the vice president chairs.
Yes.
But the minutes indicated that you were chairing, meanwhile your name was not appearing. I want to follow this closely.
Yes.
Your name was not appearing, and you had to go and receipt to comply with a directive from the Register of Societies, and you had to ask someone else other than the president and the vice to chair a meeting, which is not provided for in the constitution.
When you have a meeting and you've met the quorum, in there, if the president is not there, if the vice president is not there, the national
you were there. So why was the other chair?
According to records at Register of Societies, I was not there.
No, but it is not. Help me understand this. It is not the Registrar of Societies.
Listen,
guide. I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
But I also want to get this clear for the benefit of my viewers. You are claiming that you've expelled Pastor Peter Chanda because he abrogated this constitution. This constitution guides who chairs meetings. Is that correct? Are we on the same page there? This constitution guides who chairs meetings.
No. When it comes to NEC meetings, it does not tell
any person can chair a meeting.
When it comes, we have the concern. The NEC, it does not guide who chairs the NEC meetings. What it says is that in the event, listen. What it says is that in the event that the president is not there, the vice president, any of the vice president, can perform the duties of the president. Yes. It can any person can perform the duties of the president. However, even if the president is not there, the vice president is not there.
But you were there. And
that's according to Register of Societies, and according to Peter Chanda's claim that he had removed me, I was not the vice president. And as the Register of Societies, I was not there. According to Peter Chanda's claim, what he has told you, that I was not the vice president. And according to the Register of Societies, according to the records that Peter Chanda gave.
So clearly you are not the vice president. Even the Register of Societies confirmed that.
No.
Oh yeah, that's what you're saying.
Listen.
Because Pastor Peter Chanda indicated that you were removed. You're also confirming that even Register of Societies didn't have your name there.
Pastor Peter Chanda had removed my name from there. Meantime, I was still holding on to my letter of appointment. And Pastor Peter Chanda never communicated to me that decision.
So officially, legally speaking, you are not vice president according to the Register of Societies.
No.
Because your appointment was revoked.
Listen, my appointment was not revoked there. I was appearing there as Secretary General and not as Vice President.
Exactly. You are not Vice President of the party, and the Registrar of Societies confirmed that
according to their records.
According to records.
According to their records. And yet, according to our internal party records, I had the letter.
No, that is not what he said. Actually, what he said is that you were removed. And now here...
Where's the letter?
So, the letter might not be here for the sure purposes, but your own mouth has confirmed that even when you went to Register Societies,
my name had been removed.
Your name was so clear.
No, listen, you are not getting me clearly. The last time my name was at Register Societies, I was Secretary General, like I told you. So he only removed me from the register where I was appearing as Secretary General. He had never inputted my name there as Vice President. I had never appeared there. I was only appearing as Secretary General. So it was in the process of updating the register where I should have been appearing as Vice President. He had never updated the register there where I was appearing as Vice President. I was still appearing as Secretary General. So according to Register of Societies, I had never been, until this time we made amendments, I had never been a Vice President. according to Register of Societies.
You are-
And yet he had appointed me in February, rather in November 2024. I was still holding on to the letter of appointment. And there was no letter to the contrary. And even if he was to write a letter, I was elected. We had the general conference in Dola in 2025 December, where I was re-elected on the same position as vice president. So I'm an elected member of the party. The president cannot fire me.
And yet you can fire him.
Only if the neck fires me. I
You
can be
can't-
fired by
you-
the
you-
neck.
you can't
He
be
can be
fired.
fired by the neck. Anyone can be fired by the neck. It has to be a neck decision to fire the president. It has to be a neck decision to fire me, an elected person. Any person who is elected, it has to take the neck to fire him. The president can propose to the neck. He can suspend and refer the matter to the neck.
Back to the issue of the Register of Society. I want to be clear. You sat on the first. You went to administratively now started doing paperwork to to remove him as office bearer. You were told you were not vice president according to the list, so you had to go and resit and ask someone to chair. Yes.
Yes. And the chair and the same resolution was made, and we proceeded.
What was the resolution?
That we expel him because it's been too much. We have had too much of issues, and we have called him for the meeting, and he didn't want to attend.
And when were the names officially changed or updated?
On Thursday last week, or this very week, rather, on Thursday.
This Thursday.
This very Thursday, because we could not announce his expulsion. We wanted, first of all, to be done with the Register of Societies.
So all this long you've not engaged him in terms of you going to the Register of Societies. He's not been aware that you're
He's
going?
aware. He called me. Somebody got wind of it. He called me.
He got
And
wind of it. So
yes.
you're doing this using the back door without him knowing. Because when you say
We called him.
you called him for a meeting.
And the agenda, he knew about it.
Yes. But
Yes.
after he missed that meeting or he did not attend that meeting, you went ahead, made a decision. Did you inform him of that decision?
We have tasked the Deputy Secretary General.
You met on the 1st of February and
Yes.
made a decision. After that, did you?
No, we
communicate?
didn't communicate with him then. We are avoiding
Why?
the church's arrangement.
But you've expelled your president and you don't want to communicate to him.
No. We could not communicate to him immediately.
Why?
We were avoiding the back and forth fighting. We wanted to do administrative issues.
That's sinister.
What's sinister about it?
You
We called him.
your president. No, I understand about
Yeah.
you calling him for the meeting. He didn't
And
come,
he
quite
refused.
right.
He didn't want to
Quite
come.
right. He didn't attend the meeting.
Yes.
But when you met on the first, you made a resolution.
Yes.
You didn't communicate to him officially?
No, there
You
was no
didn't
need
write to him?
No, there was no need to.
Why wasn't there need to communicate? Even in offices, you are just from giving examples. Even when someone is being fired, they will communicate, oh, you have been fired. Or you couldn't communicate that to him?
We needed, like I told you, there was need for us to do administrative issues. And the most important administrative issues is to effect the expulsion by way of removing him from the register. And then we write to him. This is what we've done. And he still has the right to go to court. It's his right.
You expect him to go to court?
It's expected. And we're ready for that.
I have on the line Pastor Peter Chanda. Sorry to call you off guard, Pastor Peter Chanda, but you're live on Prime TV right now on matters arising, and I would like you to speak to some of these issues. Your vice president says he's acting president now because you've been expelled from the party. Please share with us what is happening to your party, Pastor Chanda.
First and foremost, Article 7.3 of the Constitution. Can you refer the Vice President to Article 7.3 of the Constitution of New Congress Party? Both the current Constitution and the old Constitution of the party. It says a member of NCP may be terminated in the following two forms. Number one, which is A, termination of membership under voluntary separation shall be effected. Number one.
That's Article 713.
Article 7.3
Okay.
of the Constitution, not 713. Article 7.3 of the Constitution. That all members who leave the party voluntarily shall be required to surrender party insignias appropriate to the appropriate office.
No.
They shall be required to sign to the office and hand over all party possessions to the party. Failure to conduct official handover.
I can't see what you're reading, but
shall failure to do that, they shall be amenable to criminal whatever. Now,
What is that?
in terms, this is the first one, but the second one in terms of expulsion, where Nyati is saying he has expelled me. This is Article 7.3 of the Constitution.
Pastor Peter Chanda, just in the
Number one,
yeah.
I said such a letter shall not be issued by any other office apart from the office of the Secretary General. So first and foremost, Nyati does not have the local standard to effect an expulsion. As Vice President Administration, he is a chola boy
It's
of
confirmed.
the President.
My position.
He conducts duties as delegated to him by the President. I was not out of the country or in this.
You refuse to attend the meeting. That is what he claims. Pastor Chanda.
Listen to me.
Ah.
I have been in country. I have not been out of the country. I have not been sick. I have not been incapacitated or in ill health for me not to perform my function as president. I was elected on the 18th.
No, the issue is that you were called for a meeting and you refused to attend.
A vice president cannot call for a meeting. The vice president should follow procedure. The only one who can call for a meeting is the Secretary General.
Were you called by the SG to attend the meeting?
The Secretary General has never called for a meeting. Secretary General is Jonathan Nganga on record right now.
So who called for a meeting? Just hold on. Who called for a meeting?
The chairman instructed the
thing
Secretary General.
is
Secretary General called the President
The thing
to
is
call for
this.
him.
But-
Let me now finish the expulsion later.
Yeah.
It is the Secretary General
issue.
that called for the meeting.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Ngongo, don't cut me. I'm reading the Constitution here.
Yeah. Which article are you
Nyati
reading?
in his address never addressed Article 7.3 of the Constitution.
What does it say?
What you are reading, I couldn't find it.
Article 7.3 in his address yesterday was not addressed. Article 7.3 says, on expulsion, this is what I've said. The letter can only be issued by the Secretary General of the party.
But your Secretary General has also been expelled from the
I'm
party.
coming. Secretary General is Jonathan Nganga.
He has been expelled equally.
There is no one who can expel the Secretary General apart from the President.
The NEC can, right?
No. The only final authority in the constitution of NCP, from the wedding memorial up to now, it is the President. Duly elected President. Read the Article 4.1 in totality. Let Nyati present to you both two constitutions. The constitution
Why should we be talking about the constitution which he has replaced?
in
Let him talk about the constitution he replaced.
2026 on the 18th of November, and the constitution also amended. Now, Posting Ngongo, don't mislead the people. Allow me to read on the expulsion. Number one, all registered members ask Nyati how much money he paid as the membership fee in Article 7. If he has ever paid, let him produce a card. New Congress Party has got card renewal in Article 7.2 of the Constitution. Let him produce that. If he has got that card, then Nyati stands in a local standing. Otherwise, I'll be sending the police right there.
He's mad.
Ask Nyati on the registration of membership that he should give you his membership number.
President Chanda, sorry to cut you short.
Don't cut me. Please listen. I'm reading the Constitution here. Article 7, which is said membership. You have the Constitution
Yes,
here.
yes.
Me, I'm NCP 1. I subscribe to the party. I support the party on a daily basis.
Let me ask a few questions, Pastor Chanda.
Now I'm coming. Don't ask a few questions. Expulsion says when a member is found erring, a letter of exculpation must be written to that member. Ask Nyati to give you a letter of exculpation from the Secretary General. And there it says it must be signed by the Secretary General.
Let me read what you are saying, Pastor Chanda.
I'm coming again.
Let me read what you're saying. Please permit me. It says, at whatever level the member receives a notice of expulsion, a period of 10 days shall be given for the member to exculpate himself or herself. If grounds...
Ask Nyati. Did he give me that letter?
Okay. If grounds of expulsion are submitted to the appropriate office, the National Secretary shall issue a notice of expulsion. If within 48 hours the member fails to exculpate and before the lapse of 10 days, the SG shall distribute a confirmed letter of expulsion to the President, Chairperson, NEC members, and party lawyers.
That is the thing. So, did that process take place? Ask him.
Did it take place?
It's yet to.
It's yet to, but you've expelled him.
Yes, expulsion. Listen, there's a difference between expulsion and suspension.
Don't get a verbal word. Ask
Expulsion and
signed received.
listen, expulsion, you are expelled.
No, but Mr. Nyati, your constitution here. Pastor Chanda, please stay on the line.
The Constitution.
Yes, Pastor Chanda.
That fucker. Oh, sorry.
Pastor Chanda, please stay on the line. If grounds of, first of all, Article 7, I'm reading 7b now, at whichever level the member receives a notice of expulsion. I asked earlier, did you notify him that he was expelled?
No, we did not notify him.
Why? But your constitution demands that so.
No, we did not notify him because, like I said, administratively, we
But
need.
your constitution demands so.
Listen.
No, Pastor Chanda, please don't come in first. Please. Your constitution demands so.
Because the constitution says so, but what I'm saying is that administratively, because we had made a decision, a final decision to expel him, so that if he's aggrieved, he's at liberty to go to court.
But you are abrogating the same constitution.
This one, if he feels we...
No.
Listen,
before you go to the lawyer, let me...
There too, he talks about the lawyer there.
Excuse me, yes.
He talks about the lawyer there.
If the lawyer comes in, if within 48 hours, the member fails to exculpate and before the lapse of 10 days, the SG shall distribute a confirmed letter. Just a minute. Shall distribute a confirmed letter of expulsion to the President, Chairperson, NEC members, and party lawyers. Then the expulsion shall take effect.
Which SG are you talking about here?
No. We're talking about the process. Here, you are saying procedural. Pastor Chanda had abrogated the Constitution.
Yes. And
did you follow this procedure?
He was invited to explain himself.
Answer my question. Did you follow this procedure?
What does the procedure say? To who? Who must write?
You must write to the member
who in particular must write? The whole party cannot write.
No.
Don't tell Nyati. Nyati, look at his clause.
No, listen. According to that clause, who must write?
No.
You've read. Who must write? Who must write?
No, Pastor Chanda, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Yes.
Just hold on a bit.
Yeah.
Tell Nyati to give you his letter of appointment because all appointments for all members of National Executive Committee collapse at the General Conference. All appointments for for executive members who should operate as office bearers collapse at a General Conference. Tell Nyati to give you a letter of his appointment as Vice President Administration and let him stipulate to you his duties according to the Constitution.
Pastor Chanda, I would like to make this very, very clear because
So the issue
yeah,
is
so
I'm happy that you've interrogated him on that matter.
Yeah.
So I want the Zambian people to know one thing. You cannot portray to be a master of the garden that you don't know. I have been a founder member of NCP from 2003.
He's lying.
This party was being hosted at my church building. I was betrayed, and some of the people that Nyati is conniving with are with him now. I want to state that God of mercy, the God who knows my sincerity, even in your justification now, as you read the article, Nyati thought he's a student of law, but you never read. You are not an architect of this party. My brother, I feel pity for you.
just a question. I don't want you to address him. Just a question, a quick question before I let you go, Pastor Chanda. One of the things that is being submitted here is that you made decisions without consulting NEC as required.
Now, let me take you to Article 4.18 of the Constitution. The Constitution states, when I'm elected president, and I was elected, and I've got both a copy and my chair information, you should bring him on board so that he should read to you, because he was there from the onset of the program. Tomorrow, I want you to host, or any day that you're having this meeting, to host the chair information and publicity.
Answer my question quickly. I need to let you go. Yeah.
Now, I'm saying this. The conference began without Nyati being present, despite him being given the logistical support to reach the convention on time.
That's not a question I'm asking, Pastor Chanda. I'm sorry, that's not a question I'm asking. The question I want an answer to is, when you decided to leave Tonse, number one, you did not consult the NEC. Second, let me finish my question. Second, when you decided to appoint a presidential or a flag bearer, you did not consult your NEC. Is that correct?
I'm telling you now this. When we were at a general conference in Ndola, I told all the 500 delegates that we are going to work with Makedi.
Okay, so it's
and I said we are sustaining the constitutional clause in Article 4.18, and Nyati was present because he arrived at a time when I was delivering my speech. He was late when we amended. If he wanted to be president, he could have challenged me. We could have competed. We could have won. He could have won, or I could have won. Secondly, when this clause in the Constitution that allows me to give up my privilege, it is my privilege when I win at a general conference that I'm the presidential candidate, just like the ANC in South Africa and everywhere. And me, being a God-fearing person who understands the spirit of the sons of Issachar, I believe in the time that is ripe. I said to myself in 2021, and I recommended to the National Executive Committee as well as the General Congress that elected me in 2021 at government complex. Nyati was Secretary General of the party. I said, if I'm not ready, I want this clause to be inserted in the Constitution, only the function of the President. Now I'll give you two answers. Both a withdraw from Tonse, the engagement
Quickly, yeah.
into Tonse,
Yeah.
and others. The President has got a duty to strategize on how the party should grow. And it is the duty of the President to look at, okay, for us to grow, we have an opportunity to join that alliance. In that alliance, we are going to grow. And I can tell you, I've taken NCP from a doldrum, from a political party that was a non-entity in 2015. Nyati was not there. He was my business partner. I used to supply maize to him together with my wife.
Yeah, that's not the issue, but yeah, let's focus on the issue.
I played a blind eye that when my child died, and I feel sad that I'm talking about this, when Nyati seated there, a betrayer, a Judas Iscariot.
You're calling him a Judas
I
Iscariot?
appreciate every good thing that I've done for him. And today, he stands there to challenge me. But let me say this.
In closing,
You
Pastor
continue
Chanda.
to remain my brother, but now let me tell you.
In closing.
I went on the other side, but I want to tell you this. The only reason why I have a soft spot for him, when I lost my son, 2 years, 7 months, Nyati was the only guy that appeared. Yesterday, my wife almost died because of Nyati.
Why? Why?
Instead of me giving the vehicle to my wife, I gave my vehicle to Nyati. I believed Nyati is a family friend. Little did I know that he's a Judas Iscariot. Now, I'll not go that way.
Yeah,
Let
and
me come to the point.
and unfortunately, I have to let you go.
Answer your question. Passing Momo, please, you called me. Abrupt. In the constitution of NCP, I was the one that moved the motion. Personally, I've been running this party from 2003. Call Azuze, it was at my office, at the church office in 2003. Nyati was not there in 2003. Ask him when he first met me. Secondly, I pushed a motion in 2001 and I said, look, man, me, I'm president of the party, but I know that when the time comes, it will come like the way Edgar Lungu's time came. People said, no, we never see there.
I have to let you go, Pastor
So
Chanda.
letting me not dictate what the Zambian people want, but let me give the Zambian people a president who they want. If they don't want me, the party is about people. Let's put this clause that if I'm not ready, I can be able to appoint a presidential candidate myself. And that presidential candidate should appoint his own running mate. And I do not put a clause to say subject to ratification by National Executive Committee.
Your constitution says so.
There is nothing like that.
Your constitution says so.
Only says NEC's duty is to endorse the president's appointment. Simple, no ratification.
Yeah, did they endorse it? Did they endorse it?
Let me tell you, the issue is this.
Did they endorse it?
We came, now let me tell you, the issue is this. When I make the appointment, it is not up to NEC to endorse.
If the constitution says so.
NEC are only obliged to endorse. It does not say NEC can dispute or endorse. No.
They are supposed to endorse according to your constitution.
No. Endorsement and ratification are different things.
No, but what then?
When the president makes a decision, look at this. They shall endorse, listen, Basingongo. They shall endorse the appointment made by the president. When I appointed Nyati for the first time, ask him if his appointment was subject to ratification.
Unfortunately, I have to let you go. My time is running out.
No, don't say unfortunate before you ask him. Ask him if his appointment was subject to ratification.
He claimed he was not there.
Even now, I have not yet appointed him vice president administration because we have been waiting for his fingerprint to be uplifted. The police rejected at first. I don't know what criminal offenses he committed. But second time, they said we are considering, wait for us. And I told the Registrar of Society to withdraw his appointment. He is masquerading as vice president. He is not vice president on record because on the 4th of this month, I withdrew his appointment according to my authority in Article 4.1 of the Constitution.
Did you give him the letter?
Inside the article
No, Pastor Chanda.
to expel the president.
Did you give him the letter?
Let him give me.
Did you give him that letter?
That letter, I was calling him and he never came to the office.
Why didn't you send it to him?
The letter has been submitted to the Registrar of Society and it is there.
No, but why didn't you give it to him?
I knew that he was masquerading at the Registrar of Society.
Pastor Chanda, thank you for coming through.
So the Zambian people should not be lied to.
Yeah.
The Congress party is intact.
Yeah.
And Nyati and the others will receive letters tomorrow.
Thank you so much. That's.
They've abrogated Article 7.3 of the Constitution.
Thank you, Pastor Chanda. Thank you so much. Sorry, I had to cut him short because of my time. And sorry for not mentioning that he's coming in the conversation, but just for the benefit of the viewers, it's good to get from both sides.
From both sides. It's important to get his side of the story.
Quick reaction to some of the things he said. I know my time is up. Director, just give me 10 minutes to wrap up.
First of all, he's talking about he had inserted that clause. If you listen to him carefully, he said, I. Everything he has been doing alone. Just the way like this decision he made. Everything he's been doing alone. From his vocabulary, he said, I changed. I told the people at the conference, the conference of 500 people. I told.
Is it true?
No. He never told us.
At that conference, he never mentioned.
He never mentioned. And he never mentioned that. One thing he was lying. One thing I want you to interrogate him next time you meet him. Why did he put in that clause to say that if he's not ready to stand, he can appoint any other person? Ask him why he put that. In 2021, I am the person that even paid for his money as presidential candidate. In 2021. And after paying for that money, he withdrew. Ask him why he withdrew.
You're the one that paid from your pocket?
Not from my pocket. Both was the signature on the account.
Yeah.
We paid that money. And soon after paying the 95,000 kwacha presidential nomination fee, the man withdrew. Ask him why he withdrew. Let him challenge him to produce a grade 12 certificate that he'll be able to stand in an election. Be it a councillor, MP, let alone.
Are you claiming he doesn't have a grade 12?
Challenge him to produce it.
Are you claiming he doesn't have a grade 12?
I suspect so. You
suspect Pastor Peter Chanda has no grade 12 certificate?
That's my suspicion.
Because?
Apart from him withdrawing in that presidential race, he has always even when we are making submissions to the current Bill 7, we said the 12 of us in his office. And he was still proposing that we need to remove this grade 12 thing.
He was proposing?
Yes, he was proposing to me that we need to submit that we remove this grade 12 thing. When there was, I think that was in 2020, somewhere there was a matter in the Constitutional Court where somebody was challenging somebody to make sure that the court interprets what grade 12 certificate or equivalent means. When that judgment was passed, I personally approached Peter Chanda. Mr. President, are we safe in this area? His response was ambiguous.
What did he say?
He told me, no, don't worry, I've got a degree. But the question is, do you have a grade 12 certificate? And he gave me an ambiguous. True to my suspicion, we paid for the nomination fee, he quickly withdrew. And not only me, most of the members have all suspected
that he
doesn't have. So I'm pleading with you, the journalist, to challenge him to produce his grade 12 certificate, to see if he can lead the country, if he's worthy of being a president.
I need to close.
You get it?
I need to close. My time is up. I know that.
Challenge him for the benefit of the country. He wants to be the president. For the benefit of the country, for the benefit of everyone else in the party. Let him produce a grade 12 certificate. Or at least something equivalent to that.
In closing, let me get this very clear.
Get it clear.
In closing, and please answer my questions. In closing, directors, just this few seconds. Article 73B under expulsion. And please answer my question.
Yes.
All registered members of NCP shall have their names filed at the office of the Secretary General. No issue with that. At whichever level the member receives a notice of expulsion, whichever level, president, whichever, the member receives a notice of expulsion. A period of 10 days shall be given to the member to exculpate himself for himself. Was this done to Pastor Peter Chanda?
The person who's supposed to do that, what is the office of the Secretary General, was equally suspended together with him. We are yet to put in a substantive Secretary General.
You announced that the Deputy SG is...
will take over.
Yeah, so why didn't they do that?
This is what I'm saying, that we announced that he will take over.
Yeah, so when you
He's
sat,
not a substantive.
the 1st of February, you claim you sat and made these resolutions.
Yes.
And you resolved to expel Pastor Peter Chanda and the SG.
Yes.
And you resolved that you will act as president and Deputy SG will act as SG. Why wasn't a notice given to him?
In the first place, Pastor Peter Chanda said that when somebody leaves, all other...
No, please. My time is up. I want you to
I'm
answer
getting
my
up
question.
to my answer.
No. I don't have time for that. My question, was this notice given to him as required by the Constitution?
No. It was not given to him in writing.
It was not given to him in writing.
No.
If grounds of expulsion are submitted to the appropriate office, the National Secretary shall issue a notice of exculpation.
Indeed.
This was not done.
No. It has been communicated to him verbally, but not in writing.
If within 48 hours the member fails to exculpate and before, so all this, you skipped these provisions in the Constitution.
What I'm saying is that what was...
No. Did you skip? Did you do this? Did you...
We are yet to do it.
No, but you've announced his expulsion, but before you announce an expulsion, according to your Constitution, this must be done. So
the Constitution does not say before you announce.
No. These are stages the Constitution is talking about. I'm a student of the law, sir.
Does it talk about announcement there?
The framers of the law are very clear.
By the way, let me guide you clearly.
Excuse me.
Let me guide you. Let me guide you, sir.
Yeah.
The reason we expelled the Secretary General is because he filed a document which you are holding there that was not ratified by the General Conference. That is the reason. That same document you're holding. That is why he was quickly talking about the past constitution. Because this document, it was not ratified at the General Conference.
No, but look, you need to be very honest here. One of
the bottom line is that it was, according to your question, the bottom line is that it was not followed.
Okay, so you did not follow this constitution.
We did not follow the fraudulent constitution.
The Constitution you claim that he has abrogated, and on that premise you have expelled him.
Those same provisions.
Yet yourselves are not following it.
Those same provisions. Those same provisions. The provisions that the grounds on which you expelled him, they are equally contained in the old Constitution.
No, but the old Constitution also has these clauses.
No. Those it doesn't have.
The
old Constitution does not have
these stages, Mr. Nyati.
Have you read the old Constitution?
Yes. You shared it with me today.
Yes.
It has these provisions where an exculpatory procedure is provided for. So why do you want to mislead my viewers tonight?
What I'm saying
that's unfair, and it's not right for you to mislead my people.
I'm not trying to mislead to mislead.
Yeah, you are misleading the people today because you are claiming that the old Constitution does not have this provision, yet it has.
Can you produce it? I sent you a soft copy.
So that those are lies.
No, I sent you a soft copy.
What will you do, Mr. Nyati, if that is also shown?
No, you need to challenge me with evidence.
No. You are claiming, and that's my bone of contention.
Yeah,
you are claiming that the reason you expelled Pastor Peter Chanda is because he violated this constitution.
That is what we felt as
NEC. I understand that part.
Yes.
And yet, when removing him, you choose to abandon the same document. Isn't that hypocrisy?
It's not. He's got the right to appeal.
No, before the appeal, yes, but before the appeal, you have decided to abandon the Constitution.
This is what I'm saying. He's got the right to appeal.
No, before the appeal, why didn't you follow why didn't you give him a notice of?
Listen, we are dealing with a person we know very well. And this is a person who was
But
invited.
the Constitution equally must be followed by yourself.
He was invited to the meeting. And this man refused to come for the meeting. And apart from refusing, he blasted us. You cannot do this. I don't need you. Why should we subject him? Why should we be following that? He told us he doesn't need us.
That's where, unfortunately, my time can allow me to get to tonight. But I appreciate that you found time.
Challenge him to produce that grade 12 certificate for the benefit of the country. We put this matter to rest.
Are you, some have indicated that maybe you're also being sponsored by some people to destabilize the NCP?
The reason why
no one is sponsoring you? No one is funding you?
We are entirely depending on our party membership right now. It was voluntarily done. No external interference whatsoever.
Thank you so much for coming through tonight. This is where we wrap up tonight's edition of Matters. All right, Mr. Nyati, Vice President of NCP, and he says he's acting president position. The embattled President Peter Chanda's rubbished. We'll be following up these developments in the National Congress Party. And of course...
By the way, it's new Congress Party.
Yeah, new Congress Party. We'll be following up on these developments and of course give you these updates as they unfold. On behalf of the entire production crew, I've been your host as always. My name is Poshingwango. Good night.